got a good show for y'all today. Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone number on the screen. Who's gonna call? That's what I wanna know. Who is gonna call? Would you call in to talk about your fears? I don't know. We're gonna time it. We're gonna find out. And we're gonna talk about that shit. Shout out to all the people that represent what I represent. You know who y'all are. I love y'all. Yeah, 30 more seconds. I'll get the people up there here, 3 years. What up, Amber? I'm third. What up, Dylan? I'm first. Elevated smoker for 20. Let's go. My guy. Right? I had to make a video, so my bad. Now let me go to my YouTube on my phone so I can get this all situated. Yeah, who's gonna call? I just want to say, wait till people get up in here before I put it up out there. Shout out Kemi. I know you messed up, Kemi, but I gotta block you. Yeah, I'll unblock you eventually, but right now you said some bullshit. You didn't even care about what I was saying. It's just terrible. Yeah, who's gonna call? I just want to say, wait till people
I know
get
we
up
all
in
make
here.
mistakes. Put it up out there.
We all make mistakes. One love, that's right. Yeah, Amber, I'm gonna talk to you, Amber. Dylan hit me up yesterday about you. We gonna talk. Dipset. And I'm gonna go on my seat today. What's up? Oh. How y'all doing? Damn, that's loud. I gotta turn that down. There you go. That's way better. Should I turn my light on, guys? How y'all doing? Welcome. That is not my phone number. That is I call the text phone number. You know, like you can download the free calls. I would not put my fucking phone number up here. Because y'all don't know how to act sometimes. Y'all get my number and think, hey, man, he didn't answer my call. Man, come on, bro. You know, I'm human. You know how many people try to call me and talk every day? Jeez. It's like, yo, I love y'all, but damn. You know? Oh, it's my bad. But how is everybody doing? You know, I was talking to Cliff, right? And we were speaking about somebody. And we couldn't decipher if it was fear or excuse. And I said, bro, I wonder how many people operate out in fear out there. So I was like, yeah, I should ask the community where I could have them call in. We could talk and discuss fears, man. What are people's fears? What are the awakened fears, honestly? That's what I want to see. I want to see which one, if we all fear the same thing. And I know a lot of say we shouldn't fear anything. You know what I mean? But we're human. Let's be real. We don't fear death no more. Well, I don't. But there are still, I have fears. Like I fear the direction as a society where we're headed, straight up. I fear the future that I'm leaving to my son, straight up. If you're a parent and you got kids, I know you fear that. I know you do. Can you imagine the world you're about to usher in to your child's life? The world, the landscape. Do you realize what that's going to be in the next 10, 20 years? Seriously. You know, me and Cliff talk about a lot, and I always bring him up, but he talked about, could you imagine bringing a child up into this world now? And I said, bro, you have no idea. I feel like I did a disservice to myself. I mean, I really believe the future that we live in, you will become homeless. You will be, and this is a fear, you could say, I fear that you will become homeless. You will become incarcerated off of words that are nonviolent, but don't fit the agenda. That's what I believe our future is headed towards, straight up. Straight up. I made a prediction on my TikTok saying, because it's the same roadmap over and over. We get the same roadmap, same play by play, same stupid cloak and dagger game, same psyop. Right now on TikTok, and especially for the people that make content, understand how they use and weaponize community guidelines. you are seeing in abundance the conversational piece dealing with quote unquote anti-Semitism. Now, it's not anti-Semitism just criticizing a nation. That's not anti-Semitism. I'm sorry. Standing up for the unaliving of children is not anti-Semitism, even though they label that, right? And you are starting to see a landscape of, on purpose, this type of content where they're making you pick a side. All right, now I'm standing with Palestine. Now I'm standing with Israel. No, they're making you pick a side. Wait, no different than Republican, Democrat. Please understand. That's what they want us. Even though what we're standing for is right, and it's by design. Don't get me messed up. It is, but because I stand on that side. But I understand what they're doing with me because there's good people that are under the Judean faith, but the good people don't outweigh the evil. Let me just say that. There's a lot of evil when it comes to that because they think they're better than us, but there are some good people out there. There are. And they don't deserve to be grouped up in the same category as the Zionists. They don't. But again, we live in this world, so I'm not excusing that. But you are seeing the overpolarization of people of the Judean faith or Zionist. I'll say that to be politically correct. You're seeing the overpolarization of Zionists being attacked. Again, with the age of community guidelines and controlled, censored media, social media, right? Why do you guys think that is? Because you're about to see a world full of hate, which they're about to start labeling people. Remember that. Be careful. Let me tell you this as a warning. Be careful of the content you make towards the state of Israel. I'm already marked. It is what it is. But listen to my warning. Be careful, because I believe we're about to see an event where, and it will be fixed. It's not going to be true. And remember, the media is a bad line MFer. They're going to polarize something like anything. I don't want to say the exact event, but I can see it coming from a mile away. You're going to see a mass unaliving of a synagogue or something like that, where then they can weaponize anti-Semitism towards incarceration. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me y'all don't see that shit landscaping right now. Watch, mark my words. I said this on April 29th. Mark it down. It's on that TikTok, and I guarantee you, in a couple months, you'll be able to resurface that video and be like, damn, how do you know that? Because it's the same playbook. They're always playing the victim. Just like they used the same playbook in 1915 of 6 million unalived when there were no Nazis. How did they get unalived? I thought, why did 6 million get unalived in 1915? What? Adolf Hitler was, I think, 5 years old. You know what I mean? No, 12, 13, something like that. So you're seeing the media shape up. You really, really are. Tell me I'm lying, guys. You don't see that coming? A hater list we on. We definitely is on a hater list. We are, bro. It's sick. It's messed up. Everybody love people hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, man. 16 people in here. I'm sorry. Hit that like button, man. Friday, guys. Friday. Real quick before we get into the calls. Friday, I will have Q Hef on here where we will simulcast. And if you've never been a person or a follower of Q Hef, go follow him. It's QUEHUFF. Q Hef. He will be on here Friday. And I will interview him, but I'm setting up a bunch of videos where I know how his content, how he organizes it, or how he presents information, and he's a reaction-based channel. So I'm going to set up a whole bunch of videos just like I did with me and Tommy yesterday. And I was supposed to go live with Tommy last night, but I passed out. I was tired, and I didn't feel good. I don't know what's wrong with me. But that's what we're going to do on Friday. And I can't wait. You guys are going to see my follower list jump up because of him, man. And he's a supporter of me. I'm a supporter of him. And we're going to simulcast that. I'm going to put it on mine, and then he's going to just go live on his channel as well. Hey, puppy. Oh, look. He wants to be in the show. He wants to be in the show. Oh, he wants to be in the show. It's my dog right here, man. Sorry, Stacy. Sorry, Cliff. This is my dog. He loves the boy. But, yeah. Let me let him out real quick. That's my boy. But yeah, we're going to do a reaction together. And I got a lot of videos saved up for him already. And I want to hear his perspective. I want to see, we're going to test each other's consciousness. You know what I mean? But yeah. And let me just say this for future, guys, just so you guys know. Because I went through a situation this morning, and then I got attacked for having feelings toward this. And I explained this to Dylan a little bit more. So I'm going to be a little bit more concise on what I mean. If you guys ever see me make a video and I'm not tagging a person in that video, or I don't tell you to tag somebody, don't tag people on my video, especially if you're tagging the person's potential could be bought. You know, you guys know I'm on, like, I had an 8.0 and I got banned. I'm about to hit 9.0. And I make a video stating to protect Candace Owens because she's under attack. And a video was made with the evidence. And I show you the video of Midnight 123 saying, we need to ban Candace. This is why I trust Candace. We need to ban Candace because she's making accusations about them messing with free speech and going against MAGA. I'm sorry. Well, isn't that what you want people to be like? Regardless if they're on the Republican or Democratic side, they stand for truth and not the political party. But then you got this guy saying we need to ban Candace because they're going against a Republican Party, MAGA group, when all Candace is doing with through her intentions is trying to inform people, hey, they're trying to take your free speech. Hey, they're deporting people. FBI is going to people with actual legal right to be here, and just because of how drastic this illegal immigration crisis is, they're just arresting anyone, and they're definitely targeting people that bring up Palestine and then sending them to these camps. And then you're hearing Trump talking about we need to send homegrowns to El Salvador, and you have Candace exploiting that, telling people about this. And you got a guy on TikTok who says he speaks for truth telling people to not watch her. I'm sorry, but that gives the energy of being bought. You know what I mean? Like, how could you ever be mad at Candace Owens telling you guys they're trying to take away your right to live? So I made that abundant to people, and I didn't tag them. I had a person tag that person. And then the person they tagged said thank you to the person. And then she writes facts. So I say, listen, you guys see the video. It's out there. It's on my thing, right? She made a response video. She said, I don't stand with my community. I don't stand for my community when that's the same person when their house was burned. I jumped on live immediately to get them donations, since I don't stay with my community, you know what I mean? Boogie's about to come to a whole trip. He ain't got no money, but he'll be there for free. But I don't stand for my community. It's just if you're damned you do, you're damned you don't. And it wasn't so fact that she had an answer. It was that she didn't care about my feelings behind the reason I got mad. You know, I understand she had a blonde moment. I did. But to attack my character, to say that person was going to see it anyway, well, then let them see it on their own. You don't go and tell an Agent Smith what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about getting banned, but that's how I get banned. We've had multiple people that I've exposed, and when I expose them, what happens? Every time. And I'm never going to stop. I stand for the truth. I don't stand because I'm not trying to get banned again. Don't get me twisted. But I don't need my own people being Agent Smiths. And then when I try to have concern about it, they can't take the constructive criticism. And they attack my character. Why couldn't you just say, you know what, I messed up. My bad. I'd have been fine with that. You gonna make it. And you know what? I could have done it better. I was wrong by just making a video because I said I would talk to you in private, and then I just ranted. And now I'm wrong for that. I can admit that. I was totally wrong. Totally wrong. And I went through emotions, and I'm human again. And I apologize for that. But I didn't attack your character. I just told you what was going on and why you don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't. If I'm telling you guys someone could be bought, right? Would you tag that person if you allegedly mess with me? If you're my friend, if you stand for the same things, would you tag that person? Or what's your intention behind tagging that person? To start shit? Again, if I wanted him to be tagged on that video, I would have tagged him. That's all I'm saying, man. And when I get upset over it, because I feel like you did that out of spite, and you're supposed to come on a trip with us, and then you try to say I don't do shit for my community? Like, anyway, I digress. I wish her well. I'll unblock her eventually, but right now I'm just too upset. She needs to think about that. She needs to stop doing things just for attention. She got to understand the difference to how she makes content to how I make content is two different types of categories. My content has a purpose. I'm not here dancing, shaking my butt, making goofy imitate. No. I'm talking to help people get through the struggle. You know what I mean? Like, let me show y'all something, man. You know what's happening in America right now, bro? Do y'all know what's happening in America? People are unaliving themselves because of the pressures of life. You know what I mean? People are overdosing because of the pressures of our administration. Because they have children and they're working 2 to 3 jobs and they can't support their children to the point where, forget all like having a cell phone, television, house. They can't even buy food or gas to get to work to and from. You know what I mean? Like, people are struggling, and I'm just an outlet to fight for them in that aspect. I don't make content and treat it like it's a game. Like I need attention. It's not nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near, man. Like, I want y'all to listen to this very clearly. And just listen.
America, we're struggling. We're dying every fucking day, bro. We gotta hear about another friend that blew his fucking head off. Another friend that fucking overdosed. Another friend that fucking did something stupid. Another friend that fucking... Everyone fucking hates, dude. We're very lonely, America. This is from a veteran. We're fucking dying. We're fucking dying, dude. You can't just feed us pills and say, here's fucking $100 a month. Go fuck yourself. I don't care if I sound like a bitch. We need something to fucking happen, bro. Fuck you.
That's how every American feels right now. And, you know, I feel like it's even a discredit to even talk about Israel, talk about Palestine, because that's America right now. And no one gives a fuck. That's why I make content. Shit's not a game, man. And if you're with me, you're with me, man. And I can feel intentions, and I felt like something was against me in that video. So, again, I'm going to let that shit go. I wish you all the best. I'll get back in contact with you in a couple months or something. But right now, you need to realize, you know, your actions have consequences, and you maybe not intended that, but something inside, I don't know. But I love you guys, man. I do. I really do. Really do. So, what do you fear? You know what I mean? What a segue. What a segue right there. What a great prophetic segue. 24 people. Bruh. Right. But we never unite with evil. Right. It's no, you have to, you know, people aren't evil instinctually. Let me say that, Amber. You know what I mean? I think people are driven to evil. I mean, look at crime. 85% of crime is directly linked or somehow correlated with drugs. 85%. And I could be lowballing it. Who's the biggest cartel in America? I mean, in the world. Who's the biggest drug cartel? It's a 3-letter agency. So with just that alone, when you got for-profit prisons when you got capitalism and taxation without, what's the two things that are guaranteed? Death and taxes, right? That's all I got to say, man. Like, what are we talking about? and we're so worried about these social issues. We're so worried about other countries but our own country. And you know what's crazy? What happened to me is proof that my own people will get me. Just like our own creators get us and get paid. They get paid to slide disinformation, to grab your attention, to distract you from what we all are struggling with. I don't care what color you are, red, white, blue, black, yellow, red, green, doesn't matter. We all have the same problems. We all have the same wants. How different are we? Really? We're different? We all got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 noses. We all want our kids to be safe, live healthy. We all want to have a house to put our kids in. We all want to live within nature. We all don't want to struggle in life. We don't all want to suffer in life. We all want to have a good life. And then this system puts things in the world to make sure we don't have those things, like taxes, like drugs, like these laws that only benefit them and put their foot on their neck on us. That's why I make content. Because the only way we beat this is together. And I only expose people so they can understand they know what they're doing. But someone like him would go and report me, and then I'll have my account banned. Don't get me twisted. Watch how my shit gets account warnings now. And I'm sorry, it'll be her fault. And also, I got to say this. If I mess up, I listen to somebody. I don't just make an excuse on what my actions were. I have to first apologize because I'm listening to the person's feelings that I hurt. And I'm not perfect. I'm the furthest from perfect, man. I'm not. But to have no concern on why I was mad says a whole lot. It does. It does. There's no understanding, no empathy. Who's calling me right now? Who's 44417? I don't even know that number. I don't know what a 444 number is. That's crazy work right there. Crazy. Hold on. No. Actually. What number was that? I didn't say call yet. No one called yet until I say I'll open up the lines. Someone just called that number. Don't call until I say. Now I got to go back. Someone in chat tell me who called, bro, from that crazy ass number at that. It's me, JK. Now, his answer is him. I am. All right, you guys want to set up the calls? Y'all, each caller will have 5 minutes, man. 5 to 10 minutes. I will ask again, what do you fear? What do you want? Any questions for me? And I'll put you on speakerphone. Go ahead, recall. Anyone who calls first will go first. Once someone's on the phone, please don't call because I'm going to just decline. I want to hear boop, boop. You guys are getting on the podcast. We're going to state your name. All right. State who you are. State where you're from, which I'll ask you all this. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Where you from? Blah, blah, blah. What question or what fear do you have that you don't like that's going on in society? So if you want to call, the number is 848-274-5937. This is not my number. For the ones that are out there that have my number, they know this is not my number. Butt dialed, my bad. Elena. You know, y'all crazy, man. Fear stands for false evidence appears real. I like that. That is excellent. Good job, Christina McMahon. She said fear stands for false evidence that appears real. Well, that's a bar, but it's 50% true and 50% false. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. And you know what I mean. Tommy Doyle, ha ha ha, UKB. Oh, that's UK? That's the UK? Call me back. It was me. Was it you? It was you. Call me back, Tommy. Call me back. I just didn't, you know what I mean? Go ahead. I will answer. I was wondering, that number was crazy as hell. That shit was not like the normal. No, I'm saying, what the fuck? Give me a call, man. Let's get it in. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I can't talk. Where's my shit at? Hold on. Give me a call. Oh, I gotta change the batteries of my own air sign. And guys, don't be afraid not to call, man. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Especially if y'all coming on a trip. How y'all gonna not be able to call on the phone, right? Talk about what's really who you are. How you gonna do afraid on the phone, but you gonna do it do it in Tennessee at the Great Smoky Mountains? How you gonna do that? That's all I gotta ask. Dang, I'm late. You're not late. You're on time. Waiting for a caller. Howard Stern vibes, as it should be, you know? They're all trendsetters, man. I would like to hear what y'all gotta say, because I'm gonna go like this with the phone, and I'm gonna go, what you say? See, like right now, you can hear me. Watch this. This is how y'all be able to hear me. What's going on in society? So if you want to call, the number is 848-274-5937. Did y'all not hear that perfectly? So yeah, you will be heard. You will be heard. I'm just letting y'all know. I should put the other thing right here, put a mic in, so you can hear. Oh, that's what I'll do. That's so smart. Or maybe I won't get no callers. Maybe I got some people that are afraid. Should I call them back? Y'all scary until the first one goes and then my phone's gonna blow up. I already see that happen. Let's see. Where's the missed call? Let's see who it is. I'm gonna call. Look, it's calling. Calling. It's calling. It's calling. It's calling. Hello. This is Dre. You just called me?
Hey up, bro. Yeah, I was calling from England. I was just on your live there. I rang you a bit prematurely. My bad. I'll just wait.
It's okay. No, you're good. I called you back. How are you? England, what's your name?
Hey, Tommy Doyle. Yeah, no, wait. Let me go back on your live. You embarrassed me, and you shot me.
No, I didn't. I said, no, you're fine, brother.
Sorry, yeah. I'll watch my language as well. Yeah, no, it panicked me. Do you want me to turn my live off or just speak to you?
Nah, you're good. I hear you fine. I hear you fine, brother. Tommy Doyle from England, right?
Yeah.
That's the UK, right?
Yeah, that's the UK.
Okay. Is it true what's going on in the UK? They're arresting people for, I guess, speaking against the narrative?
Yeah, Tommy Robinson or Stephen Lennon, whichever his name is over there. His name is Stephen Lennon, really. But yeah, he's in prison. He's in a high security prison, like you'd have an ADX, like a Supermax. He's in our version of that in solitary.
Wow.
Yeah, they've done him over. I'm allowed to swear, or
yes. You can talk. Yeah, just don't say certain words like the gay F word. You don't be like derogatory towards the LGBT community, stuff like that. You can say fucking all that. Go ahead.
We have to be. I can't believe I got through to you, bro. Tell you the truth, I've been watching you for ages.
Thank you, brother. That's awesome. This is why I did it.
A funny dialing code. So what do you want me to speak to you about? My fears nowadays in this society.
Max Spears. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've done 12 years behind the door.
Mm-hmm.
In a prison. I was ex-army when I was younger, 252 to 0132. So I had that teachings. All the debauchery about the British Army system, how they programmed you and smash you down to build you up. So I did all that carry on.
Right.
I've lived in Northern Ireland. I've been high security prisons. I've been out for 6 years now. I'm drug free. I used to be on all types of drugs. I smoke a bit of weed now. That's it. But I used to be on everything.
Me too.
Now I just raise me. I've got 4 children.
Oh.
I've got 2 girls and 2 boys, and that's what I do. So my fear is how to raise my kids in this society, being what you just said about not saying certain things I'm not allowed to say, the programming off the news, the tally, TikToks. Tell me, brother, they're my fears.
Right. Damn. Hey, it's crazy? I like the fact that I connect with a lot of people that had the same type of scenario or past that I have. And I just want you to know, brother, prison does not define you at all. Your mistakes, or I can't even say mistakes. They weren't mistakes because you meant to do what you did, because I meant to do what I did. They were just bad choices. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't become the person you are today unless you went through those things. And you got a lot of time in prison. I did 5 years, a little less than 6. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me and the worst thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, you got 4 kids, how old are they?
11, 10, 9.
Wow, 15, 11, 10, and 9. 2 boys, 2 girls, or all girls, all boys?
This one, I've got 3 stepchildren, Trayvon, Shania, and Raekwon. But my biological daughter, Adriana. When I went away, she was like 8 months old.
Mm.
So I didn't really have to visit me to prison. I didn't know about the other cons on the visit. So I'd rather not. So I never seen it, bro. You know, I did 7-6 off an 8-year sentence, and I've done behind the steel 12 years. I didn't do 6. It's also I've done 12 years actually behind the door. I did 7 years, 6 months off that 8-year sentence.
Wow. Damn, man. That shit was hard. I know that it was hard, boy. Ooh.
It's to see if it work. I rang you off my house number. You know, like you have a land. This is not my mobile. This is my landline.
Okay.
To my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is my mobile, but not my mobile. It's one of those apps where you can like get a number and talk off of Wi-Fi. But it works for something like this, you know.
Conspiracy stuff that you talk about. Me myself, I watch yourself. I love watching you. The lives that you're doing over the last few days, I buzz off them. I watch Quest. Quest's a legend. I think he's cool. He's a good kid. Godzal or Dre OG is funny.
Yes, Dre OG. I've been on Dre OG before.
Dre's a legend. I like that. And now we got the baby and that. It's just like, see, because you come from that. And you yourself at the babby yesterday, AJ. My name's Tommy Doyle, Thomas John Doyle, TJ. So when you showed the picture of the babby, I thought, Jesus, this just sound as fuck.
We're all the same, bro. We're all the same. That's why I hate how they divide us. You know what I mean? We all want the same things.
Yeah, we all 100%. So, see, okay, so I'll just throw this at you. See the education system that we have in England?
Yes.
I didn't really fit in it. Kicked out. I was in like a reform school. Do you have reform schools over there? Like if you're not in school, they'll just kick you out for being a bad.
Yes. We have alternative schooling. Yes.
So I never got taught. I know it sounds fucked up because you think I'd be uneducated, but I become autodidactic, which means I educated myself by reading in prison. You know, even through the drugs and all this shit. And when I come off the drugs, my brain was like a sponge.
Yeah.
So I just learned. So having like kids now, Trayvon, Raekwon, and Shania, and the shit that they get taught at school about, you know, how you have your history of slavery and how they teach it to us, but they do it from the Liverpool side of things. You know, the triangle. And I'm trying to tell the kids, fucking lying. I went, listen. So I just teach them actual history, like real life shit, real life Africa, real life, what religion is really about, just control, and the space is bullshit. Don't listen to that. You go to the school and they're teaching the schools around where I live about theology and evolution. So they're teaching like
Darwin.
Yeah, and then they're teaching in a lesson next door that God created the world from big. And I'm like, what the? What's going on? So it just scares me. That's it.
Yeah, bro, thank you. Since you talked about your schooling, can you tell me how they teach the transatlantic slave trade over here, right? And that we had our whole 400 years of slavery. Do they teach U.S. history in the UK about like that's similar to our history about slavery?
Mayflower, we get the Columbus, that bullshit.
You do.
Instead of saying the Jesuits landed in Rio de Janeiro and then went to New York, the Jewish, they teach Columbus founded America. They don't teach about the Elmenex or the Hopi or the Native American anyway, but they teach about the triangle from Liverpool, England, to Africa to America. Liverpool, Africa, America. Wow. And then in Liverpool, and the slave museums, you know, where they have the iron manacles and all the spikes and all the fucking dogs, all the badness. Yeah.
Wow. Bro, I gotta give you a follow. Do you got a TikTok?
No, I don't, bro. So obviously, being an ex-con, I'm not very computer savvy.
It's on your phone.
Tommy Doyle.
You got a cell phone?
Yeah, I've got a mobile, yeah.
Yeah, a mobile. I love the way y'all talk different than us. It's awesome. Download TikTok. Give me a follow. Talks about true reality, man. And I'll follow you back, Thomas Doyle. I swear to God. I got a network and find my family all over the planet, bro, on everything. Oh, man. Well,
ringing me, bro. I'm going to jump back on your live now. Listen to me because there's a slight delay. Thank you for ringing me back.
Absolutely. Hey, give the people a message, man, before I let you go. Say something that's a word of encouragement or something. Go ahead. You got 1 minute to go.
Okay. Listen, even though that the government decided as red and blue, we are on different sides of the ponds. England don't give a fuck about the tariffs. We ain't got problems with China. We don't give a fuck about Canada or Greenland or or Iceland or the rest of the places. The Antarctica, it's too cold for us. We haven't got no problems with America. We're all the same all over the planet. That's what we need to understand. We believe the same. And the elites are the elites, and we are who we are.
That's right, brother. Hey, man, Thomas Doyle, I'm glad you came on. Thank you for being the first ever call-in to Toxic Mature Reality TBTR podcast. I love you, brother.
Hey, baby, still content, love.
I love you, bro. Thank you. That was awesome. That was the first ever. Hey, yo, my man was talking facts. See, that's the type of shit I like. That's the type of shit that the reason why I do what I do. I just had a conversation with a man with the UK. All you guys heard. Thomas Doyle, shout out. Doesn't even have TikTok. He's like, I'm not computer savvy. Bro, you are savvy, man, because you know the truth. Autodidactic. That's right. The majority of people that are truthers are autodidactic. Bro, you think in school I ever talked about quantum physics or even could describe in a conversation what subatomic particles are or the bending of light and vibration with frequency, with hertz and the theta wave rates? What? I used to smoke rocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second. Just because of what you've done isn't a measure of intelligence. You memorizing things is not a measure of intelligence. It's not, you know? So don't ever look down on yourself. Know who you are. Stand in your power. You are a whole lot more worth than what they depict. They want you to be self-conscious. They want you to be hating on yourself. They want you to hate others. It's all low vibe, low energy, low frequency energy, man. It really is. I even made a video today. If you have to tell people you're a chosen one, are you? Right? Are you? Chosen ones. Like, that's such a clickbait ass beginning of a video. Watch anytime I watch, I'll show you. I'll make a video saying chosen ones and it'll hit 200 views in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Like I just made a video. You'll see the rest of my videos because it's clickbaity. And I hate, it's manipulative. It really is. You know? But I mean, look, at all the videos I got right here, I just made a chosen one video. It has 400 views. It's going up. Everything else has 100, 121, 168. It's just all because I said chosen ones in the beginning, which feeds on ego. You know what I mean? I don't try to feed on people's ego. I just try to give them real ass information. I try to be a listening ear. But shout out Thomas Doyle for calling the number 848-274-59. Oh, we got another one. We got another one. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hold on. Who is this?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, it's Christy. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hold on, Christy, hold on. Let me get the other mic. Hold on. Because I'm going to make it easier for me. Get this ready. There we go. Hold on. I got to get you on the mic. I gotta have you guys gotta get your own mic so I don't have to hold it. All right. Go ahead, Chrissy.
Hey, I'm Christy. I'm from Georgia, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but I love your show, and I'm glad I caught your live. I don't always catch them, so it's exciting. So I loved hearing Tommy's story.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate.
Right.
But I'm in a completely different situation. So my fear is I've been chronically sick, and I believe it's all because of having surgery way back.
Okay.
And I just got in that system I had breast cancer 13 years ago and had to have a lot of surgeries.
Right.
And I never really recovered after that.
What stage was it? Did you have surgery on?
So it was caught early,
Okay.
thankfully, but I had a double mastectomy and they
Oh.
put breast implants in, and I think the implants caused a lot
Complications.
of my health issues.
Right. Do you have any type of
Yeah, and
autoimmune disease or anything from the, like?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
I did, and I believe that they actually made me sick.
Oh.
And there's a lot of toxins in there. I did a lot of research, and a lot of people get sick from them. And it just makes me realize how corrupt the
Right.
medical system is.
Right.
And I now have heart failure and a pulmonary hypertension, and I just can't believe I'm this sick. And
How
the
old are
people-
you, if you mind me asking? How old are you?
51.
51.
And I used to be super healthy.
Right.
And the last 5 years, I've just been sick, and I was living in St. Louis for a long and working there and stuff, and my parents live in Georgia, so that's why I had to move back here, and it's just been a very difficult experience because I feel like the doctors don't understand, and they just want me to have more surgery.
Right.
And I don't really know anybody that thinks like me because I'm think a lot like how you do, and it's just amazing to listen to people like you because it's like, wow.
Well, that's
actually
part of the reason also why we're creating trips. You know, there's not a lot of content creators that are making trips to go meet their following. Like there's 20 to 30 of us going to Tennessee and literally right next to you, not at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And
Oh wow, that's true. Wow, I didn't even know that.
yeah, I've been talking about it forever.
I haven't watched the last few lives, or
Mhm.
I need to go back and watch that.
Well,
I
if
didn't
you-
even know.
If you ever want to
That's pretty
visit,
dope.
what's your tag on TikTok? Like while we're out there, you could come out for the day and talk, get around us and have a day with like-minded
Oh,
people.
wow.
You know what I mean? If you're
would be
that
so
close, because I
cool.
believe you. How far are you away from the national park?
So I mean, I'm in North Georgia, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
you're
that-
close. You're close then. You're really
Yeah.
close. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
like an
I don't
hour
think that
drive
would
for
be
you.
that far.
Yeah. Hey, listen. What's your name on TikTok? You follow me on TikTok?
Yes, I do. My name is Christy.
What's your tag?
K-R-I. Sorry?
Is your tag is Christy? Like your username?
On TikTok it is, yes.
Okay. Give me a message and I'll message you back. So when it gets around that time, I'll be like, hey, we're here for between these days. Come and drop in and visit. There's a couple people that live around there since they,
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
it's filled up. You know what I mean? With how many people are there already. So
Right,
I have some
right.
people that are just coming for the day and then just driving home. Like 2 people are like 40 minutes away. Just to, be around like-minded people, talk, have dinner, go swimming, whatever, and then they'll go home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And there's a lot of good people there. Put it this way, with the people that are coming, I would have my children around them. I know who they are. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that says a lot. That says a lot, except for Tommy. Tommy's the only one I'm a little skeptical about.
And I used to, I overcame drug addiction too, so I get it. I get
What was your drug of choice? Opiates?
Yep, opiates.
Opiates. Yeah, me too. It's all started with the perks, which are all given to us by our government. Literally why I went to prison
After all
too.
my surgeries.
Bro. Yeah, that's another thing. Do you think cancer were you on opiates before you had cancer?
No,
So
I
you took them
think,
as
like,
the medication the doctors gave you.
Yes, and that's how it all started. I mean, I experimented with drugs in college,
Yeah.
but I never got out of control until the opiates after my surgery. And then that's how it all started, of course.
I got a question for you since you're going through all your medical situations. And I want you to answer this honestly. Even if you're awakened or not, just be honest. Do you fear death?
I'm sorry.
Did you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
I said, I'm going to answer this as honest as you can. And I know you're going through all your medical situations. You are at the age of 51. Do you fear death?
No, I don't fear death.
Good.
I fear the pain of dying, and my family does just refuse to talk about death. So that's the part I fear the most, and I have a lot of anger.
Right.
I feel like the medical system has destroyed my health, basically.
Go ahead.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
How corrupt they are.
Right. I know.
I don't even trust. Like, if they tell me I need another surgery, I'm not going to do it.
You didn't
because I
take
have
no
longer-
vaccine.
No more. Never again. No thanks.
That's crazy. Have you looked into like holistic healing since this discovery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do try to do stuff like that, alternative.
Right.
Because I think that, I think we were meant to just live with nature.
Right.
And nature can heal us. I don't think we're meant to have all this artificial stuff around.
Yeah, petroleum based medications and all that. Absolutely. I
Yes,
agree 1,000%. Just
and
know.
they give you even like non-opiate medications.
Mhm.
You get on them, and then it's so hard to not take them anymore.
It
because
is because you get
even
sick.
Antidepressants cause withdrawal symptoms. It's horrible.
Did you get on any type of maintenance at all, or you just cold turkeyed it?
I had to do maintenance.
Right.
Unfortunately,
I'm on maintenance
still
right
doing
now.
it
I'm on maintenance right now, sweetheart. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there is something wrong with it, but I understand. There is, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's better than the alternative.
I couldn't stay sober with. I couldn't stay clean without it.
Right.
Basically. So, and this is better than the others. So.
Right. I agree with you. Listen, I'm trying to get off the maintenance now, honestly, trying to take a lesson, but
Oh gosh.
it sucks. It
Is
sucks.
it the Boxstone? Or
Yes, exactly.
That's hard.
It is.
It's hard to get off of that.
Yeah. I
I'm
listen.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Listen, I don't judge people, and you can have your opinion on anything. Listen, my life's my life, and once people are concrete in what they do, they don't care about what other people think, especially when the intentions are good. You know what I mean? If the intentions are good, what you're saying, there's nothing wrong. There's good heart in it.
Yes, and I just know that when I tried it, I probably did it too fast, and I know it's possible.
Mhm.
But then I did get back on the stupid stuff anyway. So.
Right. Nah, I hear you.
But everyone has a different experience. I just know for me it was hard
Right.
to do.
No, it is. I mean, listen, the majority of people in here are addicts, and they definitely identify with you. The world is full of addicts, whether they did a drug or not. You don't got to be a dope fiend to be a dope fiend.
I know, right?
That's true.
It's amazing to me how even people that drink a lot and even consider themselves alcoholics will still be out here judging addicts.
Right.
True addicts.
The
I'm
audacity.
like, wait, what about you?
Right. I agree. 1,000%.
Oh my goodness,
1,000%.
it's crazy.
You sound such full of life, though. You would never know you were sick or had so many health problems just by your spirit. Keep that up. Always stay that way.
I will. That's sweet. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank
I do
you.
my spirit. I have a good relationship. Not the religion, but
I got you.
spirituality.
That's right. That's right. Listen, I am a follower of Christ. People always get this misconstrued. I am a big follower of Christ. It's just that I know what Christ is. And the majority of religion does not. They believe it's this man when it's consciousness. There's a reason why the name of Yeshua changed to Jesus Christ, so that they would not understand what Christ is. They made it a man, an idol, instead of a spirit that's within you.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Shout out
So
Christ.
true. That's how I feel.
Right. Shout out Christ
Well, I'm
consciousness.
gonna check out.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, message me. I'll get back to you. Before you go, give the people something as a little notion, good advice, whatever. You got a minute.
So my advice would be to know your worth and love yourself, regardless of what anyone has to say about it. To do what you like, and don't be ashamed of it.
That's right.
Don't be ashamed of any part of who you are, even the parts that might seem unattractive. They're all a part of you, and by embracing them, I think I think we're meant to embrace all parts of us
That's right.
to be whole.
That's right. girl.
So never just don't listen to anyone's nonsense about criticizing.
Christy, thank you for coming
Don't let
on.
them put you down and kill your spirit, basically. Don't let anyone do that to you.
That's right. I love that. I love doing it. I'm so glad I did this. You know what I mean? I need to get the people on here. This is the People's Podcast. Christy, thank you for calling me and giving in your good fruits of information.
I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. Hope you call back again, because I will be doing this. I might set this on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday is viewer call in, and this will grow. This is the beginning. It's the first time I'm ever doing this, and there will be more. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you for always supporting.
Yes. Awesome. Bye, everyone.
Bye. That's awesome, y'all. I'm loving this. I don't know about y'all, but see, it's quick. It's not overbearing. It leaves space for the next person. And shout out Christy, who gave her story about, trusting in our medical field. And she really believes they were the conduit that kept her sick. Now she has all these immune diseases, and I just wish her a speedy recovery. I just want to make sure she doesn't fear death. And I hope y'all cued into the part where she said she's angry. And I understand why she's angry because of the trust that she had in society or the system, and the system showed itself to her and it enraged her. And, you know, when you have something that comes at your life like that, where it messes with your health, it gives you a new perspective on time and how precious life is, how worth living life is, and how much people in today's world take it for granted. They really do. This is why I base this whole segment on your fears. You know what I mean? Because all of us are the same. And I'm so glad you had a person from the UK call. We had a person from the Georgia call. And I guarantee you're going to see one thing similar to all these people. There's no differences, man. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what sexual identity you identify under. It does not matter. We all want the same thing. So stop letting social issues, stop letting propagandized social constructs divide us, man. I love all of y'all, man. This is such a great episode. I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I talked to Cliff for an hour and a half and we talked about this. And the only reason I'm here doing this right now is because Cliff triggered my mind. It's the only reason. The only reason. Are y'all enjoying it right now? Y'all enjoying it? Let's see how many people are here now. Oh, we're moving up 31. Here we go. Words of a king. And you and Cliff to be your Robin Quivers. You crazy, bro. Jersey Jesus right here. Yo, Dylan. Hey, Dylan, why ain't you called yet, bruh? Bruh? Number on the screen. Facts. Brittany Lynn. This is good. Now we're waiting on the next caller, man. Next caller. I'm done doing my little stint. You know what I mean? Let me close this damn door. Let me tell you, Tennessee is hot. It is hot in this state. God damn, it's hot, bruh. It's hot. Damn, I'm excited, man. Let's see what next state. Should I do this more often, guys? I should do this more often where we have a call-in, numbers on the screen, right here, right where my head is. Sarah said, yo, what? Why are you yelling me? Hold on. On Unhappy Alien hit me up. I'm on YouTube Live. You know. Is that it? Listen, every time I get a caller, the next person has 5 minutes. 5 minutes to call. And then after that, I'm going to shut it down. So this live will only go as long as the viewers. And some of y'all might be scared. Let me tell you, don't be scared. Don't think about how you're going to sound regardless of what you say. I mean, the simple fact that you're calling gives courage. It is a first step to getting out your comfort zone. Did you see the funny comment? I'm on live. On live. Oh, 90s in Florida. Yeah, it's hot, bro. I said it's cold. Love all of you, Katie. Is that the Katie? Was that you that just called? Tommy Doyle, UK 29 degrees. Yeah, Celsius. We're from the United States, Thomas Doyle. It is not 29 degrees Celsius here. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 90 in Florida. It's hot. You said Celsius. And Christy. Oh, there it is. There she is. Let me give Christy a follow, man. Hot in Georgia too. There she is. Let her comment on this. Pen message. Look, I can pen it. Also got super chats. Sparky. Yeah, that's the Chrissy. Y'all want to give her a follow. Hit me up. Hot in Kentucky. Kentucky right next to me. We in Tennessee. Yes. And overcast in Cali. Cali deserves to have cloudy days. that Satan-filled state. If the devil had to pick a state in the United States, 1,000%, the first state that represents the devil is California. 1,000%. And then in a close second would probably be Arizona, or Vegas, the city with Vegas in it. What state's that? What state does Vegas? Is that Colorado? No. It's Utah, Colorado. Viva. What state's Las Vegas in, yo? Am I bugging? It is one of them. Or New Mexico? It's one of them. It's either no, Nevada. What am I talking about? My dumb ass. It's Nevada. I'm dumb as hell. Look, thank you, Brittany. It's Nevada. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I'm a very geographically aligned person. I try to be anyway. I mean, I'm pretty good. You know, name states that start with A: Alabama, Arkansas. That's all I got. I think it's the only two. Alaska. That's it. You know, Arkansas, Alabama, Alaska. There's no other A states out there. You know, B, there are no B states. You'll mess people up and they'll think, dude, Nevada states. I know. Late as hell. Any more callers? Are y'all scared to call? Listen, I'll just keep talking then until someone calls. You know? I might even switch cameras and go with y'all want to see. You know what? I will. I'm going to show y'all some things. Hold on. And listen, y'all can still call and I will move the mics. So hold on. I got to show y'all some things. I got to show y'all something. If something came across, I have to show y'all. There we go. Here we go. Go. And let me put the phone number back up there. Let me put. Hold on. Let me put the phone number back up there though for you guys. All right. Just so when y'all could call. And you will talk to the paper. Ad source. There we go. Ad source. Dang, there it is. Look, y'all are, oh shit, I did the wrong one. Hold on. Let me add that. See how I'm getting fast. I'm getting fast at this, guys. Let me add that. Number is at the top for y'all to call. And y'all will come on the TBTR podcast. Hold on. Here we go. All right, let me show y'all something, man. I'm going to show y'all something. Boom, boom, boom. Bye, 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 bye. And then, listen.
So we already identified.
I saw this video today, right? And if y'all haven't seen this video, it's on my page. It's on my page, okay? What this father demonstrates, right, is one, he does not let what's this shit called? A disability stop his son from trying to accomplish things. This disability will not disable him. And what this father demonstrates is a testament for you parents out there. And I was kind of afraid to make this because sometimes we love our children too much. And in our love, you hurt your children. You have to prepare your children, right? You have to prepare your children for a life where you are no longer in it. Now, I want you as a parent to ask yourself, if you died today, would your child survive? And I'm talking about, I understand they're underage. Like my son right now, he would survive. But say he got to 18, 19, or 20, or 15, or 17, whatever. God was older. From the things I taught him, am I sending my child in a right direction? Or am I holding him back and excusing him through his disability? And this happens a lot. That part, the second part happens a lot. If you died today, how would your kid survive? Who's taking care of your child? The answer should be your child should take care of himself. That's a message right there to a lot of parents. A lot of parents. That's why I talk to my son, who's 5, 6 years old, like a grown-ass man. Only. I don't go gaga. You're such a good little baby. No. He is a boy. He is going to be raised into a man in a world that's against him. So please, I hope this triggers people. And you could be training your kid the right way. And it is training. You could be raising your son the exactly correct way. You know what I mean? And you're still triggered by this. That means you love him a lot. You love her a lot. You know what I mean? You should be triggered by what I'm saying. 1,000%. I'm saying it to trigger you. I just hope you see my intentions. Because it isn't to talk shit. It isn't to be, evil. Or, no. It's because I care. It's because I love you. You understand? There's a big difference. Truth hurts regardless if it's for you or against you. It still hurts. You know what I mean? And my baby mom all the time used to try to say maybe my son's autistic. I said, my son is not autistic. Stop. Like, you're speaking this shit over his life. I couldn't stand it. Would look for diseases. He's ADHD. Stop looking for something. He's a normal boy. I will only ever treat my son like a normal boy. I have a question. Is that father treating his son like a normal boy? Or is he treating him like he's a kid with a disability?
This is the biggest curve on the block. There's other smaller curves, but we don't got nowhere where you can get up on the sidewalk. So, kids, you really got to pick this up.
I got to say this. Thank you, Christy, for saying this. So true. Too often, people don't think about what parenting is and just have kids without thinking of what all they have to sacrifice. It is, man. It's so true, bro. So true. Don't ever make excuses. This father's not making no excuses for his child. He's going out there and helping him get through it. You know what I mean? My baby mom, I hope Sarah's in here. She would make excuses on why she is 40 years old. She doesn't have a license. She doesn't drive because she's scared. You know why? That's because of her parents. That's because of her parents. I said, well, you're a mother. Say no one's around. How are you going to get your kid from A to B? You're going to trust Uber? A stranger? You understand what I'm saying here? Something simple as that. A lot of it could be due with control too. Because women like to control things. And I hate it's not a women thing. It is what it is. It's in y'all. Y'all don't realize that's what it is, but you project it unconsciously all the time. And every time I brought this up with my baby mom, and I'm just bringing y'all into my life, every time I would bring this up, she got triggered and come up with some excuse instead of just listening, instead of sacrificing and say, you know what, maybe I should get my license. But I don't blame her for that way. I blame her parents for not pushing her, for allowing her to stay in that mindset that I can't. If you're a person that says I can't all the time, guess what? I hate those two words. I can't. It's bullshit. You can, you don't want to. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Father right here, man. Stand up. I see mothers this tough like too. Shout out to the mothers that are like this. Shout out to the mothers that are like this.
Lean back so I can show you what it feels like. Lean back.
Look at that.
That's how.
And the best part about this,
right there.
he will not assist him. All he's right now, the assistance is showing him the height. He will not assist his son. He will not do it for him.
Push.
Because him as a father, he understands.
Look at that.
He's not always going to be there.
Perfect. Push it some more.
This is such a powerful video. There's a reason this video got 1.7 million likes.
You're going to have to remember we push.
This is a strong black man right here. This is a strong parent right here.
Immediately push off this to get the
This is beautiful.
All right, come on, dog. We right here.
Shit makes me miss my son. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you I wasn't gonna get us twice. Come on.
He got the Jordan 6s on, killing it.
No wheels.
Fresh.
You're on no wheels right now, so you gotta be quick. And when you push down on this, that's what keeps it still. But if you push and trying to go back, you can't. Get it up some more, some more, some more, some more, some more, some more. Push it. Push
Encouraging.
It
That's all he's doing. Encouraging. Come on, let's go.
There you go.
No assistance.
Push off that right. I got you. I got you. You gotta move.
I know it gets
though.
long. Look, it gets to this point.
Let it
Watch. I
drag.
want you to notice something.
Straighten it. Straighten it.
Look.
Push your walker forward. Push it forward. Push it forward.
Move them feet.
Push it forward. Now push this right side back up. Push it up. Push it. Push your walker.
No
Push your
assistance.
walker.
Look
Push
at
that left
that.
foot
You
up.
go, boy.
You gotta step that left foot.
You got it.
There you go. Step it right. Remember, step. Don't let it drag you. Step. There you go. What that
Finally.
feel like? Feel good to accomplish it, don't it? Be that way, Pop, but you was too close to fail. You was too close to fail. And you got up not just a curve, you got up the biggest curve in the neighborhood.
That's right.
What'd you tell me?
You do not minimize those accomplishments. You got off the biggest curb. I hope this triggers y'all, man. I really do. This ain't the video I want to show you, but it just somebody need to hear this today. Everything is not a coincidence, and sometimes we all fall short. Remember that. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. You guys want to see a crazy video? Remember, I just talked about being paid like there's paid content creators out here, right? Tell me what energy this gives. I know this is a crazy segue, but again, I'm not only a conspiracy channel, I am a spirituality channel. I'm here to make people better because I was not a good person. I was a piece of shit. So if I can also give y'all information that maybe changed my life, and maybe some of y'all needs to hear this, someone cried today, guaranteed. But I digress. Tell me if this video comes from a person who is bought and paid for.
I'm concerned with having American aircraft carriers over there. Like, I keep talking about the USS Liberty. That's something with the Israeli government.
No, you should.
No. Wait.
You should be careful about that.
Allegedly, the Israeli Air Force jet fighter aircraft.
I mean, they did end up paying out the American government.
So I'm concerned, like false flag operation, like a missile comes out of Gaza
and
hits one of our aircraft carriers, but it was actually an Israeli missile. I don't want. We should get out of there.
It doesn't. Well, let me stop you there. It doesn't matter where the missile comes from.
That's weird, huh? Holy.
Why is that weird? Someone put it in the chat. Why is that weird? Well, let me make something clear right here. First off, he says, listen, be careful. You're talking about the USS Liberty, which we talked about yesterday when Israelis shot at their partner in crime, their biggest supporter, killed, unalived American soldiers. Tim Pool said, no, be careful here. Why? Why you have to be careful here? What are we being careful about? And look at the first comment. Look behind my head. Look, ready? What's that first comment say? Tim Pool is bought and paid for. Right? Is he lying? Right? Now, if you're part of this guy, right? Inspire Sphere, right? Would you go and tag Tim Pool, who's bought and paid for by Israel, that I made content on him, so I can get banned? Would you do that if you're my follower and my friend of mine? Would you? Now you see why I got a problem with that? And would I think you're actually my friend if you did that? Would I think you actually stand with me and I should bring you on a trip like that if you do shit like that? Oh, we got a new caller. Tell me if I'm bugging. Am I out of line? You see the energy now? Oh shit, I declined him. I didn't mean to decline you. I'm gonna call you back. But you see why? And then you're gonna come at my character because I called you out on it? Nah, I can block you after that. Now I think you're bought and paid for. Tell me I'm lying. Now you see my energy. Hold on. Hello? Who's this? It's who? Hello? Oh, hold on, Pete. Hold on. I think you said Pete. I don't even know. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to put you on. Why can't I do this? Oh, here we go. There we go. Can you talk? Talk.
Hey.
Hey.
I love the podcast.
Yeah, you're on the podcast now, buddy.
Oh, cool, man. I've never been on one. I'm Corey. I'm in the chat. I'm in Kentucky.
Okay. Oh yeah, you are close to me. How far are you away from Clarksville?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really good with directions. Like northeastern Appalachia, like where Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia, the tri-state area, like connect.
Okay.
So like, like the bottom of Ohio, like Lawrence County, then right, like I go into Ohio and Kentucky all the time, passing back and forth,
Yeah.
But I was going to like talk about the addiction phase and stuff like you was talking about, like the Suboxone and stuff. Isn't that petroleum based?
What, Suboxone? That's a good question. We can find out right now. Shit, that's a great question. I'm glad you said that. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, because I was questioning the films. I know they make films and tablets.
Right.
Like that's what they gave up in here in Kentucky.
You got films?
Yeah, films. They let you pick here.
Really?
The
No.
screwed up thing is, like, if you're legit prescribed, they'll only give you 18 pills a month in Kentucky. So when
Really?
you do that over time, but you're only going to end up with some, some withdrawal effects, and that's where they push you.
Wow. You know, I'm about to find out if they're petroleum based. I'm gonna type it up right now. Is Suboxone, because we fact check shit.
Yeah.
Is Suboxone petroleum? I can't even spell. Petroleum. Oh, there it is. Petroleum based. There it is. Can't even spell it correctly. Here we go. No, Suboxone is not petroleum based. Suboxone is medication containing the active ingredient buprenorphine and naloxone. So it says it's not, but that's Google. You know what I mean? Well, and that's AI Google. So we just fact checked that right there for anyone who ever knew. We're about truth on this podcast. But yeah, hell yeah. What do you fear, brother? You got any fears that's coming up in the next future?
Yeah, I do have a bit of a fear of death. I can't lie.
You fear death?
Yeah, a little bit I do, yes.
Why?
Partially, but partly, it's like if I'm in one mindset, I don't fear death. Sometimes I'm in another mindset, and I feel like I do.
Well,
and that's why I feel like maybe death could be beneficial to me and my health.
What are you scared of death? Are you scared that you're not going to be here no longer? Or, like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah,
hell?
Yeah.
You think
You're
there's
right.
hell?
I'm afraid of, like, I believe in God, I feel like I can't say I feel like that. You know, you got to either or you aren't.
Right.
I know you.
I believe in God,
watch the
1,000%. Yeah, you know I believe in God.
But the more I'm seeing, the more it's like it showed me proof that God is real.
Right.
Very real.
Very real.
But just we don't get to see too much into the spiritual realm, so
Right.
it's hard to, you know, it's just I don't know, something. Maybe it's primal. I don't know. It's just when you think about death in certain ways, I guess it's maybe a painful way to go.
Okay.
You don't know how you're going to go.
I understand that. I hear you. I understand that. Yeah, everybody wishes that their death is painless and easy, but I mean, with death, usually you associate it with pain. I understand that completely.
I guess it's associated with not knowing. And the unknown.
Yes, the fear of the unknown. I'm glad you brought that up. Do you believe there's a heaven or hell?
Yes, I do believe there is heaven and there is a hell.
Are you a Christian?
I don't want to call myself a Christian, but I'd like to say I feel like I'm a spiritual person.
Right, I love that. You're a follower of Christ, though, right? You're just not a follower of religion.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Bible, yeah.
I agree with that.
I fell into the channel through watching Dre OG. Before that, like another YouTuber, if I can mention his name.
Yeah, go ahead.
I started watching It Got Me into God. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It was Mark the Messenger.
I know him.
He was really good. Yeah. Yeah. He's really good at breaking down because he puts the scriptures up there to back up what he's saying.
Right.
You know, he has studied self-approved, so.
Well, when it comes to scripture, a lot of people take it literal when it's a code book. And that's my interpretation of it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, if people live to be 985 years old. Do you, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll say this real quick. Man has existed for over 250,000 years, 250,000 years, right? Do you think you're that lucky to be born at the pinnacle of time and this is your first time here?
No.
Right. So that would discredit hell if we're not in it already.
It would. It really would. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, here's a good question. Here's another good question, right? If the devil, who did the most, I guess, defiled thing ever to God, to the point where he got kicked out of heaven and he didn't get sent to hell, he got sent to earth. You're talking about the devil. Why would he send us to hell for sinning, having unmarital sex? Which one's worse, unmarital sex or what the devil did? But sin's all sin, right? Murder is no different, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
I don't believe the whole sinner thing.
Yeah. Just like lying, like
right.
People think a little white lie is way different than lying about something really, really major.
Right.
But a lie is a lie.
Yeah, that's why I'm big on intentions, right? And the Bible says you could kill your brother without just because you thought of killing him. You've already committed murder. You know what I mean? Which is intention based. You know what I mean? Basically, he's saying your intentions set out a ripple effect. That's how I interpret that. What you think can manifest too, as well, and people don't realize that we perpetuate our own results. You know. But don't fear death, man. Don't. I believe majority of us are coming back because we haven't figured out what we had to learn about life yet. And I believe the system works against that. Works against us learning why we're here, our power, everything.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely being held back.
Facts. Big facts, man. What do you... Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, I had to call and I had to push past also this, I guess a little bit of shyness, still awkwardness, you know?
Yeah, we all have that. That's all through social engineering, though. You know what I mean? We have fear of judgment.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it.
Where do you think where do you think the state of our world is headed in the next 10 to 20 years? Do you believe all the conspiracies about, transhumanism, or do you think, a war? What do you think?
I actually do believe a lot of these conspiracies, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot worse than I wish I didn't, you know? Some of them people think it's so far-fetched, but it's like, I don't know. I really, in 20 years, I think we'll be a police state.
Me too. Like a social credit score, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I literally made a prediction talking about, you're seeing all this anti-Semitic rhetoric right now being blasted on TikTok everywhere without no community guidelines. I think they're setting up for an event that's going to be fake, but they're going to say, oh, all these Jews were unalived by terrorists, and now if you speak against us, we will lock you up. Like, they're setting up the landscape for the reason to enact these laws. That's what I see coming.
I agree.
It's scary. You got kids?
No. I'll be 33 in June, and I don't. I haven't met the right woman yet.
I hear that. I hear that, brother.
Yeah, like this area, like it's slim pickings, I guess you'd say.
Yes, it is. Especially when you're awakened, it's even more slim. You know what I mean? It's been 3 years for me, bro. I can go get ass. That's not the point. You know what I mean? It's just the headache that comes with it. You get not beat no more, and that's bad. You know what I mean? That's bad, especially if you knew who I used to be. If you go to my Facebook right now and see the girls at the girls, you'd be like, Dre's celibate? Yeah. I know. It's crazy. But hell yeah. Damn. What? I was wondering if anyone else was going to call. I was like, damn, where's my callers at? And you came right on. Boom. I love that.
I had my medicine in my mouth. I was like, as soon as I spit, I'm going to call.
Yeah. Oh, you were taking your medicine?
Yeah, I was taking my sub.
Yo, you know what I do with my subs?
What?
I sniff them. The films.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, you put them in water. I learned that in prison.
Yeah.
It hits you faster.
Like a wet butter?
Yeah, you could take less and it hits you better. Hit you quicker instead of waiting that hour. Yeah, it hits you in like 3 minutes.
Oh.
Especially if you're sick. Yeah, trust me, you'll thank me later. And you just sniff the water, it's so different. Hell yeah. Right. Damn. How long you been following me, if you mind me asking?
If I had to guess, I'd say probably about close to a year.
Close to a year? Awesome. Damn, bro, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while, man. I would have had 1 million followers if I didn't get constantly banned or set up to be banned.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, every day it's like, less and less we can say, and because like Coach Tommy when he gets kicked off.
Yeah. I got a question for you. If you had to ask me any question dealing with something that you truly wanted to know, conspiratorially wise, spiritual wise, what question would you ask? That's a good one. I know.
Since you know about psychedelics, do you think psychedelics would be a good choice for something to maybe break down some of the fear?
Yes.
In my mind.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. I am a very huge advocate for the partaking of psychedelics, all because I believe it's a form of dimension hopping. You know what I mean? People think dimensions are something you go to when you die, when we're surrounded by all 12 dimensions or 13 dimensions, how many there are, all at one time. It's just that your eye cannot perceive it. LSD papers, they allow you to go to like the 4th, 5th dimension. Ayahuasca allows you to go to the 8th. DMT lets you go to the highest realm where you go and you actually see beings where you all have a conversation with. So yes, it will help you get out your shell. It will also, when you take psychedelics, it is the pure death of the ego, lack of ego. It's just you, your pure self, who you are without the ego trying to protect you. Because that's what the ego does. It doesn't hinder you. It's self-preservating is the best description for it. And when you have you tripped before?
No. See, there was one instance I was going to, and we got an 8, and some dude, I guess he wasn't very intelligent, you know, to say least, thought that you could hook him in a blunt. So he rolled a blunt and wanted to put them all in there.
Yeah, it's a waste.
And it didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's such a waste. You can't smoke it. No, you have to digest it. All it does is activate what's already in your mind, which is a crazy thing. Well, shrooms induce food poisoning, which makes you see all that. You know what I mean? But an eighth is all you need. I would take paper tabs though, do LSD, do like 2, and yeah, that's what we're doing in June. And I can't. When you take that stuff on not an addiction perspective, but you do it from a spiritual level. You know, there's 2 types of times I like to take psychedelics. It's 1 through isolation, and 2 with someone who's on the same level as me spiritually, where we can actually have conversations. You know what I mean? I tell people about this all the time that are in couples that they should do that. You know, it's high vibe. Sex is non-factor. I don't think about sex, none of that. And you're not supposed to fuck on LSD. I mean, it's not like sex is such a low vibrational root chakra thing that you got to look at the whole motives behind that. Most high vibe spiritual people don't have sex while doing LSD. Some do. I don't knock it. I don't know how. I can't see why you'd want to. And that's a different conversation. But it's good to be around someone who can open your eyes to the possibilities of why you're here. You know what I mean? I believe LSD gives you the format for self-disclosure, self-discovery. And that's the only reason why you're here. If you're constantly needing to be around somebody else to find out who you are because you're afraid to be alone, you got a lot of growing to do. You got a lot of letting go to do. You know what I mean? If you're the type of person that has anxiety because you're alone, bro, isolation leads to elevation. And this phone is the worst thing for you. It really is. Like, and I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about being able to call people. You know what I mean? If you constantly got to call somebody, you know, and I'm not talking about relationship wise. I'm talking about non-relationship. Like, say you're not in a relationship and you're always on the phone. You're people seeking, brother. Use that time to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It really is. It's okay. It's the best I've ever been. I had to explain that to Cliff the other day because he thought I was mad at him because I would isolate. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm happy. He would think I wasn't happy here or something. I said, bro, I'm happy. When I'm by myself, you know, I mean, I'm thinking things out. I talk to myself, you know. I know I won't lie to myself, even though I used to lie to myself every day. You know, so I
do that too.
Right. It's a sign of genius, bro. It's a sign of genius, man. I implore people to be more alone, man. It's okay. You don't have to go and call somebody and don't have to do that. You are good by yourself, you know? And some people you do outlets. Like Stacy, she's always on painting. Huh?
You're speaking stuff that resonates with me right now. Like, I had a problem being alone. And
Yeah,
you're speaking on that, like, yeah. And it's like, how do you know that I had that problem? You didn't know, but like you didn't. You didn't.
I'm
like,
led by spirit, bro. Completely led by spirit. And I felt like what I had to say to you is only meant for you. You know what I mean? I don't pre-rehearse anything I do on here. I do everything led by spirit, and whatever I'm supposed to say at that time is meant for that person. And look what you just said. You had a problem with being alone. You know, when you're in tune, you're in tune.
Even thought about paying the money to go on the trip. I didn't know if there was anything left, any spots left or anything like that. But
Right.
it was like I was in some tough of position to kind of go because I'm kind of homeless at the moment.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But so it's not a responsible decision for me to try to do that.
Nah, but if you're in Kentucky and you're close, you could come drive out there while we're all there. You know what I mean? Because it's right there.
Yeah.
When it gets closer to that time, that's in June 26th. I'll save your number and you can message me here whenever you want, just to keep in touch. We'll talk about that later. You know what I mean? But listen, the most like-minded people I get around is the best, man. And I'm sorry about your situation that you're homeless, man. My boy Chris is homeless as well. My boy Boogie's homeless right now. It's exactly.
Like, it is what it is.
It is. It's not your fault though. It's society, man.
It really is. I mean, when rent around here, places have bed bugs and they want $1,200.
Yeah, that's
Like,
disgusting.
I'm not saying that.
They don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about us, man. And that's what drives me nuts. And that's why I make content. Like, no offense, but someone like you is the unforgotten American.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you are the unforgotten American, and we're put in a society where we're supposed to just step over our neighbors instead of be a community. You know what I mean? There's a reason why America is #1 in homeless population, which is disgusting. Like, the land of the free costs, boy. But a communist country, their homeless population is nowhere near ours. Come on, man. Like, I even have this conversation with Tommy all the time. And I think Tommy speaks from a pro-Republican stance sometimes, even though he knows everything's a psyop. But I feel that intention and energy when he speaks. You know, people expose themselves.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
But
In
Tommy,
time, yeah.
Yeah, in time, absolutely. But Tommy's like, nah, I'm not that way. I'm like, you sure? Yeah, I mean, I think Tommy be trying to mess with my mind sometimes to see where I'm at.
Hey, yeah, he probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, bro, when they're spending a whole bunch of money on killing people, overfeeding people, that should tell you where we are. And I implore death, man. Like I said, life is suffering, life is hard, and it's not supposed to be.
wait, and get this. I don't know if you've heard this, but here in Kentucky, it's illegal, actually. It's illegal as of, like, July of last year, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me. I think it was July. But now it's illegal actually to be homeless here.
What? See? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. Why? You're creating a situation which is making people a land full of renters, not homeowners, even though you can't become a homeowner no more through allodial titles, that disbandment. You're telling me now they're going to lock you up for being homeless when they create a situation and circumstances that breeds homelessness? It's a scam.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is. Listen, honestly, I'm homeless. I don't have nothing in my name that's a house. I'm technically homeless. Technically, in the eyes of the law. And I believe that will be used against us in the future through a social credit score.
I agree with you.
Right.
And no judgment at all to anybody
Right.
homeless.
Right.
Even if I wasn't homeless, I know. It's like when I was telling you, like I started listening to Mark the Messenger, started getting interested in the Bible.
Yeah.
Like I quit judging people. You know, I was like, no, I got to do better. I have to. There is no other choice.
You're
You're
right.
on fire for Christ and doing right by people. You know, you're not going to have a good time here, and then where you go next would be even worse. You know.
That's right, man. I could say my best advice to give to people is try to affect other people the best you can and leave an impression. And if you can help them, and helping isn't always in monetary value. Helping is just sometimes listening, being ear, giving them something to eat, whatever. Do that. You know what I mean? If we can start pushing the vibration of love and unity over hate and division, I think we could change this place. If everyone started thinking, not what I'm thinking, but understand what I'm thinking, we would be a such better world, man. And realize we need to stop just listening to the puppeteers.
Yeah.
You know?
We need love.
Everything should be affordable. You know what I mean? A can of Coke shouldn't be $2. It should be 50 cents. You know, it should be affordable. You know, getting food at the store shouldn't be a bill, a mortgage. It's a mortgage today. And now with these ports the way they are, bro, I feel like we're setting up for something. I'm worried about this winter coming up. I'm not going to lie. I'm very worried about this upcoming winter. I really am.
Yeah, because of how this one was. Like the ones before this one,
Yeah.
like they were all so mild, and everybody thought this one was going to be, and then all of a sudden, you know.
And I think there's going to be a lot of people hungry. Shelves are going to be empty through the terrace. I think they're just setting it up for a reason. But brother, give me your last minute, because it's been 20 minutes. I said 5-10 minutes. Give me your last minute of advice to give to the people. And thank you for coming on, brother. And please, next time I do this, come back on.
All right, you say advice to the people?
Yeah, give your minute worth of advice that you can give, tidbit of information.
What I've learned in life is always be humble, always be honest, and just, I mean, you know, be God-fearing, a God-fearing person, and in these days and times, you know, kind of keep a low profile, I'd say.
Facts.
But for most trying to get truth out there, but, you know, kind of, you know, be
what you mean.
Responsible about how you move.
Right. Yes, be very, I love that. That's a great bit of advice. Be very responsible, guys, on how you move.
Yeah. And to really think about, like, especially because you got to think about it from all aspects, like, you know, a police aspect, like if you got to do something, you know, how it's going to affect everything, you know, because sometimes we don't think things through, and then we end up paying the price.
That's a great bit of. That's a bar, bro.
That's about it.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Remember, you keep this number, all right? And when it gets closer to June 26th, message me, man, and I'll tell you where we're at.
All right.
All right, bro. All right, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Your podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your name again?
Corey.
Corey. I got you, Corey. Thank you for being here, brother. I love you, man.
Love you too, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I love that. I love that you guys are calling in and jumping in, bro. That is awesome. That is awesome. But let me get back to this. Well, like, let's watch this video again, right? So y'all can understand why I was mad. Cause again, right? Understand, Tim Pool is bald, right? Now say that's me making this video and my Cliff goes and tags Tim Pool.
I'm concerned with having American aircraft carriers over there. Like, I keep being told about the USS Liberty. That's something with the Israeli government.
Yeah, you should.
No. He said, no, you should,
No, wait. You should be careful about that.
Why should he be careful about talking about truth? No problem, Corey. Thanks for being on here, brother. Thank you. Everyone give Corey a shout out, man. Why is Tim Pool telling him to be careful about an actual factual event that happened? Why? Because he's bald, right?
Allegedly, the Israeli Air Force jet fighter aircraft.
I mean, they did end up paying out the American government.
So I'm concerned, like, false flag operation, like a missile comes out of Gaza and hits one of our aircraft carriers, but it was actually an Israeli missile. I don't want. we should get out of there.
It doesn't. Let me stop you there. It doesn't matter where the missile comes from.
It doesn't matter where the missile comes from. Look at this man's face. Right then and there, this guy right next to my head, he didn't know Tim Pool was bald. He thought he was able to do free speech. Right then and there, he knew his job. This is why he didn't say nothing after this. He knew right then and there. He said, oh, shit. Tim Pool is not a truther. He's not. You know what people are realizing? People thought the Republican side of the party was truth. That's because they tried to commandeer the truth movement, just like they commandeered the woke movement. Y'all remember when they commandeered the woke movement? Now we got to stay awake. Now they turned the woke movement to this LGBTQ thing and all this other crazy stuff. Now the truth movement got commandeered by Q and being a Trumper. That's why most truth, conspiracy theorists, society, Candace, people like that, they're Republicans. Now Candace is separating from Republicans because she's a truther. I'm a truther. I don't care. I don't stand with no political party. They're both against us. They both support the state that is not real. Look at that face.
That's weird, huh?
Now imagine I make this video and Cliff or Stacy sends it to Tim Pool to let him know. I said he's paid for, bought. Are you my friend? Are they my friend? Should I not be upset about that? And not only that, let me show y'all this, right? Dialogue and conversation, right? Look at this shit, man. This is why I'm gonna show you why I'm mad at Kimmy. Fuck that. Fuck that. And she gonna yell at me. Like, not even understand, man. This shit drives me nuts.
Have y'all ever seen the go guys?
Oh, no.
Guys, I'm gonna go on the tube. This is why I trust Candace.
Look. I blocked it. Look. Hope he's still here. See, people tag Candace, right? Because I blocked her, it might not be here no more. Put it this way, right? On here, because she tagged. Look.
Owens. This right here.
All my brothers and sisters.
She tagged this guy, Midnight123, right? Right? She tagged him. You can't see the comment now because I blocked her, right? But on the comment, she tags his name. Midnight123 says, thank you. Kimmy says, facts.
MAGA, Candace Owens, has been compromised.
How?
So until further notice,
I want you to see if he tells you how Candace Owens has been compromised. Ready? Look at what he says. Just like the Tim Pool video, right?
We're going to do a worldwide campaign, well, at least a campaign here in the United States of America, that we will not be watching Candace Owens or supporting her channel.
Why?
Until further notice.
Why?
She is absolutely smearing the campaign of Donald J. Trump. She's putting out accusations how Trump is no good for the country and that there is a war waged against our freedom of speech.
There is!
She will continue to say, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what they're saying. I'm still going against BLM. I'm still going against this. I'm still going against that. Nothing has changed for me, except I'm staying and keeping to who I am. The truth of Candace Owens.
So,
what evidence did he show? All he just displayed himself that he's bought. That's what the fuck he just did. He was saying what Candace is saying. He was saying Candace still says she supports BLM, but this guy, Midnight123, says Candace Owens is making accusations that they're taking our free speech. Are they not? So you are banning Candace Owens because she's trying to protect our right for free speech, but you don't like it because it's against MAGA? That's ball. Here comes Kimmy. Hey, Midnight123, I'm gonna tag you. Oh, thank you for showing me this. Thank you. Now what happens if I get banned? Who should I blame, guys? If my account goes down, who should I blame? Did I tag him? Right? Am I wrong for getting mad at her and saying this?
You know Dylan. Everyone who's I'm going to speak to you in private, Kimmy. I am, because you're trying to start shit between two creators. And I see what your tactics are. I don't like that. For what? Why would you tag him?
You're supposed to be my boy. You're supposed to be with me. Right? I'm on 9.0 going on.
Tag him? So why the fuck are you tagging him? Right? I do not stand with and will criticize anybody who is supporting a political party. You want me to tell you why I don't stand with those types of people who support the MAGA group or support the fucking liberals? Want me to tell you why? Because it has us fighting about nothing. While
I don't give a fuck if I'm crying. I don't fucking care. America, we're struggling, man. We're dying every fucking day, bro. We gotta hear about another friend that blew his fucking head off. Another friend that fucking overdosed. Another friend that fucking did something stupid. Another friend that fucking... Everyone fucking hates, dude. We're very lonely, America.
And you don't see the rhetoric behind people pushing, oh, we're going to ban Candace because she's against MAGA. So you're telling me when people are getting arrested, getting deported, body FBI, might I add, for defending the unaliving of a population where half of them are 14 years old, you will get deported, you will go to jail.
Which is
you've had MAGA say that, where there is an attack on our free speech, which is a fucking fact. And that's the reason why Midnight 123 wants to ban Candace Owens. And you're gonna tag that motherfucker? Did I tag him? Did I tag him? So why the fuck are you tagging him?
How? What am I? What do you? How you think I feel in that? That's all I gotta say, bro. You know, they're gonna say I don't do shit for my community when I'm the literally reason why she got $300 when her house burned down. I mean, I was the only one who did what I could do. I was on live immediately, but she said I don't do shit for my community. I don't support them. I like, come on, bro. Like, you don't even care about what you did. You just try to excuse it. That shit pissed me off, man. Again, I'm gonna block her in like a month or two, but right now she's wrong, bro. Sometimes you just need to sit your ass down. You are a grown ass woman. This is not high school. Like, you always want to be in the mix of shit. Like, y'all need to start acting like adults. All right. This is not high school. Kimmy's stuck in high school, bro. Like, we're grown ass fucking adults. You ain't gotta go, oh, I gotta let him know just so he likes me. Who gives a fuck who likes you or not? Stop trying to get liked. Be who you are. Again, get alone, guys. Isolation. You guys are so pressed. And I'm not saying you guys, but people out there, there's a couple of them out there, and I'm not going to say their names, but y'all are pressed to be liked. Why y'all so pressed to be liked? Come on, man. Damn. That shit hurt. That's why I'm mad. That shit hurt. At all the people. That's crazy. Like, I got agents in my own backyard. Like, come on. That's nuts.
I'm concerned.
If I made this video and she tagged Tim Pool, what energy does that give? That's all I gotta say. Tell me, what energy does that give? The dude in the video, right? He was crying for the right reasons. He's not. Exactly. Bro, listen, I make content. My man Corey, just on the phone, talking about how he's homeless. My man Chris on the phone, coming on the trip, homeless. Like, people in America are fucking hurting. Hurting. People in Israel are bombing people, dying, kids, children. 800,000 kids go missing a year. I'm not here trying to make friends. I'm standing for a cause and trying to get like-minded people so we can change our reality. This is not high school. This is real fucking life. I don't make content for a like button. I don't do this to stroke my fucking ego. I'm up here with missing teeth and everything. I don't give a fuck because I have a mission. It has nothing to do with being liked. This is not high school. This is real shit. And guess what? If I'm not going to do it and people that are my constituents don't do it, we are going to be fucked. My son's life is going to be fucked. All we have is our voice. We can't resort to violence and go and shoot people up and do, no, you can't do that. The only way to beat or defeat hate is through love. Even though I'm being aggressive as hell, my intention is love. You know what I mean? Think about what I'm aiming for. This isn't a fucking game. At all, man. This is not a game. I talk about kids and that fathers being like, you know what I'm saying? And why you think they ban people like me, man? I don't even talk about conspiracies. Think about my content. And I get banned. Just like Marcus Garvey. Just like Malcolm X. Just like Rashad Jamal. Think about that. I'm not on here making videos of dancing and mimicking things. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? There is purpose and intention behind this shit. And I don't give a fuck about being liked. I don't. It's not about me. It has nothing. I moved, like, y'all know what I'm saying, man. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. And that's why y'all resonate here. And that's why y'all are even in this chat right now. You know what I mean? That's why y'all are here. I'm sweating talking about this shit because it's real. You know what I mean? Like, oh, man. I am a proponent against hate, man. I am. Damn, I've been on here almost 2 hours. Jesus Christ. This is a great video. It's a great video. I'm going to show y'all one more. Thank y'all for being here. Unhappy Alien. I'm going to text you after this. I think it's about the trip. That's why I gave you my number and I sent you an Instagram because the whole thing. I gotta find out what's going on. Gotta get payments ready. Yes, you took Kimmy's spot, by the way. I don't want Kimmy there at all. Kimmy's on timeout, bro. I mean, I'm gonna unblock her though, but not now. No. She needs to realize shit. She doesn't even see it. She doesn't even see what she did. That's the crazy part. Look, you guys, this made me look at the homie. This is why I said what I said with the prediction that's coming. Look,
we've killed more Muslims.
Again, you're seeing the rhetoric to go against Israel right now on mainstream media. It kind of puts some validity down to my my prediction of what is going to happen very soon.
And they've killed us by an awful lot. We've made it more.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did it by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq and put 4 million.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think. I know. We've killed more Muslims and they've killed us.
That is on late night television. You guys don't see that energy, bro? One day ago, that's crazy work. You tell me they're not setting up an event where you're going to see a number, which will be a ritualistic number. We already know it's going to probably 144, 33, or 223, or something, or 13, or 4, whatever. It's going to be a certain specific ritualistic number where they died, they've been unalived, right? Which it's all fake, and it's going to be the reason behind the means of the institution of anti-Semitic slander that will get you imprisoned, fined, penalties, all that. People are going to shut the fuck up, and you will be marked, labeled on here. So be careful, guys. Be careful of your rhetoric. That's all I'm going to say. Be very careful, because this playbook happens over. You know what I mean? Just be authentic, and if people get mad, then that's their trigger. Exactly, and it will show that. Exactly. Thank you for that, Britt. Exactly. Just be you, man. Be you. People will you will expose yourself when you open your mouth. You will. You will. Sometimes it's just slow down. Say, guys, I'm done. I'm done. I think I'm gonna do this like every Tuesday. Every Tuesday we're gonna have a viewer call in or something. Say Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we're gonna have viewer call in, man. Where you guys call in, be part of the show, tell me about yourself, where you're from, what you like. Whatever. Just because you call today doesn't mean you can't call next time. I think we should do this. We should implement this into a schedule once we get the scheduling right, because it is what it is. I'm going to start scheduling shit where y'all know what days or what shows and all that. And we're getting there. Like I said, we're showing the back of the computer with people coming in. It's growing. I love all of you. Amber, Dylan hit me up talking about you, and you know exactly why. My question to you, Amber, is to say Dylan does help you. How are you getting there? You know what I'm talking about. That's something y'all need to talk about. If you can get there, make sure my boy Dylan does not pay if you can't get there. Y'all talk. I love y'all. I really do. My message of the day, stop being liked. Stop chasing to be liked. Chase that you like yourself. That's my message of the day, man. Straight up. Stop relying. Isolation leads to elevation. It's okay to be alone. Doesn't mean always be alone. Hence why we're going to meet people, and you're going to see that you're not alone. A lot of us need to know to be alone doesn't mean you are alone. Believe that. And a lot of y'all are alone right now, but you're about to see that you're not alone when I see y'all June 26th. And y'all understand exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to Helena and Natalia. I love you. Corey, my guy. Thank you for calling, brother. Word up. I love y'all. Scrolls, Amber, Jonna Runs. Thank y'all for being here. Unhappy Alien. I'll text you soon, or text you probably the next 5-10 minutes, or text me. Christy, thank you for coming on. I love all of y'all. Dylan, holla at your boy. Can't wait to see you, my boy. We're going to have a great time. We're going to trip. You know what I'm saying? I might ask someone to help me out. That's what y'all. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Yeah, I mean, be a service.